Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the EAPicks.com TV show. I'm your host, Tony T, and EAPicks.com is a sports monitor where handicappers go on record with their picks every single day for the world to see. That's right. Handicappers document their plays, and they're right there. You can actually see them as they go off about half an hour after they tip off or kick off. You can click today's picks and see them in progress. All right, now it's time to go out to Las Vegas, Nevada, and bring back to the program Dave the Meatman Scandaliato from meatandpotatoes.com. Well, Dave, you were good to us here on the EAPicks.com TV show as you had the home underdog Washington Wizards with the points against Portland, and Washington comes through with the win.
Yeah, it was goes down as a rocking chair game. It was a pretty easy cover. You know, once they got into the second half, you pretty much knew the game was over once the Wizards got up 10 points. So Washington's a tough team, man. A lot of people don't realize that. It's a tough team. You know, they were bad for a long time. And they drafted a couple of guys, and they're getting better. So watch out for the Wizards when they're catching points at home. Doesn't matter who they play. They've proven it to you by beating the Miami Heat, by beating Oklahoma City the Thunder, by beating the Portland Trailblazers. You know, I mean, what more do you want? I mean, if you see Washington at home, make sure John Wall's playing. But if you see the Wizards at home catching points, that's what you want to do. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. That's a good bet just about every time. And I made money doing that all year, Tony. I don't mind talking about it on the program. It's not really one of my secrets. I got several secret ways to go about making wages, but there's no secret about the Washington Wizards. They're a good team, and they play competitive basketball, especially at home. And like I said, anytime I can catch them in their own gym catching points, you can put me in coach because I'm ready to play.
All right, Dave, you're ready to play here for Tuesday night's action. I know you're going to look at the college basketball card, but before we do, we're going to go over and take a look at your college basketball record here and look at your plays here. I mean, you're on absolute fire since the 29th. I mean, you've got 13 wins and 2 losses ATS from college basketball, and what a fantastic performance for you in college basketball. I know you're looking at a game here, a television game on ESPNU going off at 7 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday as Ole Miss is on the road to face Kentucky. You're looking at this SEC contest. Currently, we've got Kentucky favored 12.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Ole Miss here. I'm gonna go with the Rebels. I only had one college basketball play on Monday. I was a loser. I had DePaul, the Blue Demons. So when you're adding up my record, you can throw a DePaul in there as with an L. I just didn't think Georgetown should be 5.5-point favorite against anybody, and that anybody was DePaul, and DePaul actually had the lead at laugh time, but I'm the one that got laughed at in the second half, and Georgetown just pounded them in the second period, and I definitely got the loss, but I'm gonna get it back with this one right here because Ole Miss needs to win this game like a guy in a hospital needs blood. Kentucky, they know they going to big dance. They already know this. They got to win a couple of more games, and they in like Flynn. But the Ole Miss, they on the bubble. They on the bubble, and they know they can hang with Kentucky because they've covered the spread against them, either 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 5, something like that. So they always manage to stay within the number, and Ole Miss is one of them few teams that you look at, has a good record at something like 16-5, and has a winning record on the road and at home. Usually you see some team, they 10, 11, 12 and 0 at home, and then they like 1 and 3 on the road, something like that. Not this Ole Miss team. The Rebels have a winning record at home and on the road. They always play Kentucky tough. 12.5, I mean, that's a big number. That's a big number in a must-win game for the Ole Miss Rebels if they want to get invited to the NCAA tournament. I mean, look, anybody can still play their way in with the conference tournament. The winner of the conference tournament, not the regular season champ, gets the invite to the NCAA tournament. But why put yourself under that kind of pressure? Play tough on a Tuesday night, get the win here, go to 16-5, and then you just got to win 1 or 2 games after that and punch your own ticket. And I think Ole Miss is going to be super tough on Tuesday night, and that's why I'm going to be on the Rebels in this spot, plus the points.
All right, Dave, the Meatman Scandaliato says take Mississippi plus the 12.5 points against the Kentucky Wildcats. Well, Dave, I'm looking at this college basketball board. There's a big card, big ESPN TV games. We got some games on Fox Sports 1 as well. So a lot of TV games on Tuesday. I know it's a short card from the NBA. There's 4 games. What else you got there going on for the audience here for Tuesday's action?
Well, if you would have called me today at 1-888-375-2710, I would have gave you the Milwaukee Bucks plus the touchdown plus the 7 against the New York Knicks. I mean, look, I was the first guy to tell you a couple of weeks ago, watch out for the Knicks, and they got hot for a while. And then I was the first guy to tell you, get off the Knicks because you lose twice to the Sixers in the same week, man. That's not good. And the New York Knickerbockers have absolutely no business being a 7-point favorite on the road. It actually closed 8. So, look, I can win. I can win. I don't win every day. I don't win every game. Nobody does. Nobody does. I mean, they got some services say they do, but you know they don't. And I'll never say I do, man. I mean, look, I have bad days. But, hey, like I said, if you listen to the program yesterday, give you easy winner to wash the Wizards. If you call me at 1-888-375-2710, give you easy winner, the Milwaukee Bucks. It went outright. Don't even need the points. Of course, Carmelo Anthony hit a 3 late in the game to tie the thing, so I thought I was going to have a stroke because when I go to overtime, I never win. It's as simple as that. But Milwaukee, the guy, I forgot his name, but he's the best player on the team. Thank God he hit a 3 at the buzzer. And the Bucks actually win the game outright. So, hey, look, it all starts with you. I know you've been with other services. I know you've been burned. I know it, man. I hear the stories every day. But you can make money betting sports, but it all starts with you. You got to pick the phone up, make the call. 1-888-375-2710, 1-888-375-2710. I personally answer the telephone. That's right. Either I answer the telephone or if I'm on the other line or doing something, I'm the guy that calls you back. I'll talk a little basketball with you, pro and college, and I will show you can make money betting hoops. 1-888-375-2710, the Comp Pick Hotline. And by the way, Tony, the guy's basketball name at Milwaukee, his last name is Jennings, and he is the best player on Milwaukee, and he came through tonight for the Meatman with a big 3 at the buzzer.
All right, so Dave, give Dave a call on his Comp Pick Hotline, 888-375-2710, and he will give you his plays for Tuesday night action from college basketball as well as the NBA. And again, we go back and look at that record from college basketball. We got it up here. It's 13-3 ATS in your last 16 releases, Dave. And this is a documented, and people are going to look at this record and they need a little explanation here. This is against the current line at Chris, if I'm not mistaken. So and at eapicks.com, once you put in the play, you're in play. There's no deleting the play or trying to put in another play to get a better number. Once you enter a pick, it's it, and it's against the widely available number. So this is definitely a difficult monitor to play at. One of the toughest ones. You don't see a lot of handicappers on here because let's face it, a lot of people like to have a little easier monitor to be monitored at. But quite frankly, this probably best will simulate someone's record when they sell picks to a customer.
You know what these places do is, they got 30, 40, 50 sports books out there. They just take the best number from any of them and give you that. And like I said, if you get the best number every time, everywhere, pad it a half a point to a point, you're going to be a 5% better handicapper. And that's why you got a lot of these guys out there. They just don't want nothing to do with eapicks.com. They want to be able to put their own spread there. It's as simple as that. They want to be able to put their own point spread. I mean, make no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, no guy is ever going to agree outside of myself and a couple of guys at EAPicks.com trying to break into the business that you might have never heard of. But there's a couple of guys up there that you probably have heard of, and they're scared to death to put their plays up there because they're not getting the best of the number. It's as simple as that. And look, we all know the games. We all know the tricks. We all know this. We all know that. If you pad the point spread, your winning record is going to be better than if you don't pad the point spread. And that is not possible at EAPicks.com. And that's why when you see my ATS record, you know it's legit because they use a line from Chris, Costa Rica International Sports. And when you put the plays in, you get the current line, the current number. Unlike other handicapping tracking services that I've been with, you can't delete the plays. You can't take Syracuse minus 50,000 against Hampton U in college basketball and then say you were 3-0 betting teams that you literally got to bet $70,000, $80,000 on to win 100. I mean, that's ridiculous. So that's one thing about this EAPicks.com. Pay close attention to the handicappers there because if you can win at EAPicks.com, you can win anywhere. And, hey, you just check it out. Check it out every day. And just like I said, keep in mind that it sure would be nice if I could make up my own point spreads. Man, I tell you, I'd give myself some good numbers, man. I tell you, there's no doubt about it. But I can't. I can't do it. I gotta get assigned the right number, and I like it like that better because I know my record's legit. I know everything that I've done is legit, and that way I know that look, all my customers are winning money because if you're winning at EA Picks and you're following those plays, you gotta be winning money, and that's the bottom line.
That's right, Dave. I can guarantee you, if you go back there and look at the other monitors, all the handicappers on those other monitors, I guarantee you, if they took the Memphis Grizzlies on Monday night, I guarantee you every single one of them had +9.
Oh, well, I mean, that's, of course, everybody out here in Las Vegas, every handicap had +9. I had Memphis tonight, +8 at EA Picks. It was like watching my house burn down. They scored 2 points the final 4.5 minutes of the game. It was mind-boggling. And then, of course, down 8, Memphis misses a shot with 8 seconds left, down 8, and they foul a guy. I don't understand that. I mean, I don't know. And then Kendrick Perkins makes one of the two, and then, of course, Memphis goes out and misses again. 2 points in final 4.5 minutes of the game. I'm taking a loss at EAPicks.com. Every other handicapper on the planet, they're going to grade that a push, maybe even a win. Some guys are going to grade it a win, I think, because believe me, that's how these guys roll, brother. But that ain't what, like I said, when you look at my record, that thing is legit. And yeah, I was on Memphis tonight, +8, and yeah, it sickens me to know that some people are going to be out there claiming that they got 9 and calling it a push.
That's right. That's one thing about the EAPicks.com sports monitor. It is against a line at Chris, and you cannot put in your own numbers. I mean, all you can pretty much do is put in the pick, and you can call it a standard play, and that's it. I mean, that's pretty much it. So there's no boogabooing the numbers here at the EAPicks.com sports monitor because you will see not one handicapper if they had Memphis last night having +9. It's a lot of +8s. May have been +8.5 if they did it overnight. But today there was +8s, and that was it because it was at Chris and not some rogue book that some other people will say they pushed on. All right, so we're going to review our conversation for tonight. All right, Dave the Meatman Scandaliato comes in with his free play from college basketball. He's taken the Mississippi Rebels +12.5 points against the Kentucky Wildcats. If you like to get Dave's plays from the NBA and college basketball, remember we showed you he's on 13-3 run right now in college basketball against a widely available line. Double check. You'll see it yourself. Just go to EAPicks.com. Look at the point spreads. Compare them. You'll see that they're legit lines. He's 13-3 ATS. Give him a call, 888-375-2710, and you'll get his college basketball and NBA plays for Tuesday night. All right. That's going to do it for tonight. I'd like to thank Dave, the Meatman Scandaliato, for joining me tonight on the EAPicks.com TV show. And that's going to do it again for tonight. I'm Tony T. Remind you that EAPicks.com is a sports monitor where handicappers go on record with their plays every single day for the world to see. That's going to do it. I'm Tony T. We're coming back tomorrow.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.